This is Guru Focus Market Today, your afternoon market brief for Friday, August 21. Here's where things stand. Tesla is recalling nearly 3 million vehicles in China to address safety concerns related to door handle mechanisms and the driver monitoring system. The recall follows regulatory orders and affects a significant portion of Tesla's fleet in the country, with the company committing to software updates and hardware checks to comply with Chinese authorities. Turning now to the U.S. national debt. Treasury Department data shows that the total has surpassed $40 trillion. This milestone marks a 10.6% increase since President Donald Trump took office in January 2025, fueling ongoing debate over fiscal policy and government borrowing.
Another story we're watching is the rebound in U.S. bond yields. Yields climbed, erasing most of the declines seen after recent Treasury Department interventions, as borrowing costs rose and concerns about the national debt persisted. The renewed upward pressure on yields has kept investors focused on the outlook for inflation and future rate policy. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones Industrial Average surged 500 points on Friday, but still posted its second consecutive weekly loss. The rally came amid ongoing market volatility, with investors weighing economic risks and sector rotations as the week closed. Now, let's turn to Meta Platforms, which is in federal court defending against a lawsuit brought by 29 state attorneys general. The case centers on alleged harms to children from Facebook and Instagram's design features, marking a landmark trial in the debate over social media's impact on youth safety. On the corporate front, Citadel, led by Ken Griffin, has unwound more than 80% of the risk tied to its situational awareness portfolio. The move comes as the firm seeks to reduce exposure amid volatile market conditions, reflecting broader caution across hedge funds. This next story is about the U.S. dollar, which fell to a 3-month low. The decline comes as concerns over Treasury buyback programs and broader economic risks weighed on the greenback, prompting investors to seek alternatives amid currency market volatility. Also making news today, private equity firm Apollo Global confirmed a data breach as part of a wave of cyber attacks targeting major financial institutions. Investigations are ongoing, with the firm working to assess the impact and bolster its cybersecurity defenses. Staying with the markets, NVIDIA is set to report fiscal second quarter 2027 earnings, with investors closely watching for continued growth in artificial intelligence and data center revenues. NVIDIA's performance is seen as a bellwether for the broader technology sector. Turning to biotech, Moderna and Merck's recent breakthroughs in mRNA cancer vaccines are fueling increased investment in the sector, particularly in artificial intelligence-driven research and development. The advancements have drawn attention to the potential for new treatments and market expansion.
Elsewhere, President Donald Trump has announced a plan to import 660 million pounds of beef over the next 90 days in an effort to lower U.S. food prices. The move has drawn criticism from ranchers and some Republican lawmakers who argue it could hurt domestic producers. On the commodities front, ProFarmer has released its latest crop estimates, projecting the 2026 U.S. corn crop at 15.344 billion bushels and soybeans at 4.572 billion bushels. Strong yields in Iowa and Minnesota are not expected to offset broader challenges across the Corn Belt.
Meanwhile, Bessent's recent efforts to stabilize bond markets have instead heightened inflation concerns, as interventions have not calmed investor nerves about rising prices. And finally, Buc-ee's has opened its 58th location in Benton, Arkansas, with company leadership emphasizing continued expansion into conservative, business-friendly states. That wraps up today's market update. We'll be back soon with the latest market news. Thanks for listening to the Guru Focus Brief.